Everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. You're in the kitchen with KK. It is springtime. We're going to make something really unique and different, super perfect for spring because spring wants us to take advantage of more herbs, that things are coming through the ground, right? It wants you to have more raw food, getting those antioxidants in your body and those vital nutrients that are not cooked, right? And enzymes to help your body function better. So we are going to be making a buckwheat tabbouleh. So you've seen me make buckwheat pancakes. Kasha is another name for buckwheat. But when I make a dish, a warm dish with vegetables, I call it kind of like, I just call that kasha, but with spices. But I also turned it into a pancake. If you saw one of my last videos, which I love, very versatile. And but today we're going to do a tabbouleh, and both quinoa and buckwheat are alkaline forming seeds, not grains. So they're pseudo seeds, pseudo grains, cereals, pseudo cereals. So, and it's a way for you to get gluten-free nutrients into your body. And also, buckwheat has even more antioxidants. Maybe a little bit less protein than quinoa, but it's delicious. So it's here. For this recipe, I just cooked a half a cup of rinsed with 1 cup of broth. So if you're turning it not into a pancake, you can use some broth. Now, this is a perfect time to meal prep, so you make a little bit more. But and then an easy way to cool it real quick is just to put the bowl into the freezer. And now we have our base for the tabbouleh. Now, really great tabbouleh. What makes it amazing is going to be the parsley, right? So parsley, one of the herbs I use a lot. You see me keep this tray in my refrigerator in jars. Parsley, just like garlic and green tea, they help cause apoptosis, which is cellular death for cancer cells. We have microscopic cancer cells in our body, and it's our immune system that make sure that those get taken away. So this is a time to definitely to boost your immune system. In the spring, we want energy, we want vitality, we want to reduce the inflammation in our body also. And that's what antioxidants do. They protect our cells. All right, so starting here with the celery, with the cucumber. Sorry, I'm leaving on some of the skin. The skin has very strong nutrients. So this is an English cucumber. Get an organic one. I've left some on, or you can leave it all on. I just like to leave a little bit on. And so you're going to get more fiber. And some of the, what did I write down here that I wanted to tell you? Potassium, specifically vitamin K, which is great for our bones and skin, vitamin C, but the antioxidants are often in the skin, just like the lutein and zeaxanthin in our zucchini. That's why zucchini zoodles are so vibrant. And when they're not cooked, you're also getting the enzymes. So really, really perfect. So all I've done here is slice it in half. And I use my little melon baller to scoop out some of the seeds. You might want to do that. And then we'll just cut these into strips like this and stack them up like logs and then cut through them. It just makes your prep super easy here. Diced cucumbers are the best for this type of recipe. Not too big, not too small. I'm smelling them, smelling incredible. I did some juicing yesterday. My whole kitchen smelled amazing. You saw me, I'm missing my board scraper here. So I'll save this other part of the cucumber for something else. Red onion is perfect for this. Now, red onion is going to have anthocyanins, this color red. That's another antioxidant. Of course, it's going to have the other beautiful immune boosting properties of onions, but this one's going to have more anthocyanins. So I'm slicing this, and then I'm just going to cut against here. I love red onion. Red onion definitely will boost your immune system. Excellent. The sulfur compounds, excellent for your liver. Okay, a generous amount of red onion in there. So that's just a half of a small one. These are organic cherry tomatoes. I prefer to use the cherry tomatoes, nice and little. And what I do is I actually slice them in half, okay, the long way. And makes it so I just left one here. Just this is my tomato knife, it's serrated tomato knife. So these are all done. Let's get those in. So already this is looking incredible, right? We're talking about color when we talk about antioxidants. Now the herbs that are play a big part of any tabbouleh, especially, are going to be your parsley and your mint. Okay. But when we talk about flavonols and polyphenols, those are all antioxidants, just another name for that. But it's good that you know that because over 90% of the people don't really know what antioxidants are. So just think colors and think cellular body guards, right? Because all function and all dysfunction starts at the cell level, right? And cancer is a mitochondrial and metabolic disease. So we always want to be protecting our cells. Antioxidants also bring down inflammation in the body, making it imperative for overall heart health and and the like. So flavonols in mint as well, and phenolic acid is very big there. But then you're going to have the folate, the manganese, vitamin A, the iron, all of these micronutrients that our body loves to get from food. So if you are taking vitamins, well, we need some vitamins because we might need more than we're getting in our food. But the food, the body just loves to get it from. So this is fresh mint. You might be growing it. It grows very well. It actually spreads pretty quickly. I remember planting it in Vermont as a child, and it kind of took over the flower bed, but I loved it. So fresh. So I'm just going to stack these up and rough cut the mint to go in here. Probably going to add in some garlic as well, green onion and parsley. So just stack it up and cut through your stack. You don't want to pulverize it. I like a little dimension line. So, and all right, so here's a jar that I have the parsley saved in. So let's just cut off a nice big bunch. Parsley is a natural diuretic as well, such as dandelion and celery. And these are really important. They help with your hydration to remove the toxins from your body safely as they're being processed through your urinary tract after your immune system has taken a look at everything, right? And the lymphatic system is draining out toxins. We need to make sure our elimination channels are all open during the spring because the liver wants to be vibrant and it comes into action at this time. So we need to give the liver what it needs to do its job because it detoxifies every single night. But we also want to open up those channels of detoxification. So if you can get into a hot sauna, get into a sauna, it's an important time of year to enhance that. Okay, now the other thing that I'd love to add besides, and I'm going to add a little dill because I have some dill that is kind of reaching the max point here. And I do like a little dill in my tabbouleh. Going to add another flavor. If you hate dill, don't put it in. It's not required. Only the parsley really in the mint. But this is where I love for you to get a little bit creative in the kitchen and smelling. All of these smells are just incredible. So of course, dill has also got flavonoids, different types of antioxidants, calcium, manganese, magnesium, all things. These are tools that your cells need. And the antioxidants are those cellular bodyguards. So putting this in as well, you see how easy the salad is? Ridiculous, so easy. We're almost done. And then we're going to make a dressing, which is similarly as easy. These are green onions. So I'm going to use my little scissors here. I like green onion in mine. You don't have to put green onion. A little bit different, some of the same compounds as every onion has. Okay, let's let those grow. This is a whole bulb, so it's kind of in the leek family there. So I'm gonna rough chop some garlic, and then I'm gonna put some garlic actually into the dressing. So garlic, fantastic antimicrobial properties. The garlic also helps stimulate glutathione in the body. The liver loves it. Your immune system loves it. So you'll just get better at chopping things as you go. I do a lot of prep for clients. Smells incredible. If you're going to eat it raw, let it sit for about 10 minutes so it activates potency. You can smell how wonderful. So this is what flavors are about, not flavor packets. Remember that. Not MSG loaded, chemical loaded, anything. It is all of the antioxidants and flavonols and nutrients of our herbs. So let's give this a little toss and you can see how beautiful this is. You're not going to notice that the buckwheat is different, right? Than they typically will put in a type of wheat and in your tabbouleh. Look how great this is and how fresh. So for a salad, I'm just going to put fresh pepper over it. You do not need to salt and pepper your dressing. But what we are going to put in is a little bit of organic garlic powder and just a tiny bit of cumin. Cumin will go really well with this. If you hate cumin, don't put it in. Okay, I'm going to just clean up a tiny bit. We'll come back. We'll make the dressing. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and leaving great comments as you always do. And let me just put this on hold, pause. Here we go, pause. Everything smells incredible. So let me just show you what I put together to put this in. Now, this is just bib leaf lettuce. It comes in a big protective thing. You can make lettuce wraps with it. And then this is radicchio. Again, the anthocyanins. See the color here? This is part of the chicory family. They call it Italian chicory. So how beautiful is that? We'll put this, we're going to put the tabbouleh right in the center. And then it provides you a gorgeous way to serve this, you know, outside of just looking at it like this. Now, I do a quinoa tabbouleh with homemade tzatziki sauce. It's dairy-free with a really beautiful coconut yogurt with lamb meatballs or lamb burgers for clients. They love that. But you can also do your black bean burger with this or a lentil walnut burger for more of the plant-based version here. Okay, for the dressing, Lucini was on sale. So always stock up on the good, high quality, single origin, first cold press olive oils when they're on sale. So there's no complaints here. I've juiced a whole lemon. It's going to be about a quarter cup typically when a whole lemon is juiced. We just use equal parts, and this recipe will be bright enough. So since they don't mix, you can see half and half. It's looking beautiful. And I want to put a couple garlic cloves in. I'm just going to give them a little slice here. So we don't have big pieces in the blade. And, oh, well, I don't need, I'm putting in real garlic. But if you want, you can put in a little bit of garlic powder. This is just a little bit of cumin. I don't want much, just a little. I put a little cumin and a little cinnamon actually in my creamy avocado cilantro recipe. You can put a little cinnamon in here as well. Cracked black pepper is already on there, so let's just give it a little spin. Really quick, very easy. If you're not going to eat this right away, you want to save some for meal prep, then don't put the dressing on it until you're going to eat it. All right, so I'm actually going to take out some because I want to save some. And then I'm going to dress the rest. I'll eat this later. Okay, beautiful. So let's get some of the dressing on here. So this is a very bright salad. Right away, the the juices of the lemon, the acid, are going to start to break down. You have a lot of flavor here. Let's get it into the center and let those beautiful leaves pop up, pop through. So you can see on a table as a salad, this is a beautiful way to serve it. And how quick this was. We made it in like no time, 10 minutes. And typically, of course, I talk, so it takes a little bit longer. But anyway, so thanks for tuning in today, KK's Fit Kitchen. We're entering spring. We want more raw, high antioxidant, high enzyme types of foods to boost our immune system, lower inflammation, and aid for preventative care. Anytime you're boosting your immune system, you're boosting your cancer prevention. And this is delicious with all these flavors and herbs. So again, thanks for tuning in. This is the use of buckwheat, all the proper amino acids of a perfect protein and alkaline. So it's a great soap. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks again, guys.